All right, so this is solving exponential equations part 2. So this is 4.8 notes. So the first type we can have here is that when our log with the bases are the exact same, they end up canceling out because I can technically raise both of these sides to a power of 3, which cancels those out. So I get 7x minus 1. And then just solve it. So subtract over your 5x, add my 1, so x equals 9. This one here, they're both ln, so I could raise both sides to a power of e. So I'm left with this. So I need to set this equal to 0 and solve it. So subtract over factors of negative 14 to get a negative 5 would be a 7 and the 2. So k would equal 7 and negative 2. So when I get these two answers here, though, I need to make sure that the answer up here does not actually make a negative inside of it. So because you cannot natural log or log a negative. So when I plug it in here, I get negative 2 plus 14. So it's good. Over here, it's going to be good because you're squaring. Let's see, 4. Hold on a second. If I plug a negative 2 into here, this is going to give me ln of 4 minus, sorry, the key does not say, it says it works, but I don't think it does. So I'm checking it real quick. Oh, it's a negative, so it's plus 8. Sorry, there we go. It was minus a negative, so we're good. So it's ln of 12 on both sides. So both answers work. All right, so down here, the first thing I need to do in order to be able to raise both sides to the logs is that I need to combine my like terms right here. So since I'm adding, I'm going to be multiplying my two terms. Now they're both powers, so this is technically raising it to a power of 10, so they will cancel for me. And then I will go ahead and solve this, subtract my 12 over, and then divide my negative 1. So plugging in the negative 1 right here is going to work, so it works out. So over here, you're going to need to remember that a subtraction means division. So we would first rewrite this as w plus 6 over 5w minus 3. That 1/3 was an exponent, so I'm going to put that back up there. Remember, 8 to a 1/3 is 2. So then I'm going to raise both of these to a power of 7, so they cancel. So 8 to a 1/3, that's a cube root. It gives me 2. So this right here, I'm going to cross multiply these because you make the 2 over 1. So I get w plus 6 equals 10w minus 6. That's 9w equals 12. So w equals 12/9, which is 4/3. All right, let's see down here. So put this 1/2 back on here, and it's going to go to both these terms here. So it's like 16p to the 4th to a power of 1/2 here. So that really makes this 4p squared on this side. So both of them are going to be powers of 4, so I can cancel them now. So I get 4p plus 3 would equal this right here now because we reduced it. So 4p squared. So I'm going to make this equal 0 and then go ahead and factor it. So negative 12 would give me negative 6 and positive 2. So my p is negative 1/2 and 3/2. And when I look back up there, those both work. So we're good to go there. All right. So these right here, you can, let's see, bring this back up as an exponent, bring that up as an exponent, and that's going to be a number. So yeah, that will work. All right, so let's rewrite this first as the way it can be. So this goes back up here. The natural log, we're going to divide. So we're going to have 80 over the 5 to the power of 3/2. So that's what? 16. So 16, so that'd be 4. So right here, this is 16, and 16 to a 3/2. So I square rooted, I got a 4. 4 cubed is 64. So then I'm going to have a plus 1 squared equals 64. Instead of squaring that out, I'm going to go ahead and do the square root property. So square root both sides. I get plus or minus 8. and then subtract over my 1. So I get, let's see, -9, and then a +7. So go up and then try that right here. And do you see when I do -9 plus 1, it's -8? We cannot natural log -8. So that one doesn't actually work. So 1 is the only one, or 7 is the only one that works on that side. All right, so on to the back now. So this type right here, we're going to use the rewriting rule. So once we have the log on one side and the number on the other, we're going to rewrite. So remember, rewriting is 2 to a power of 7 equals this, and we just solve. 2 to a power of 7 equals, so that's 128. Add my 4, and divide my 3. And you can always plug these back in to work. That one does work. So this one right here, remember there's an imaginary e down here. So rewriting this would be e to the 9th equals 2a. So a equals 2 to the 9th divided by 2. I'd prefer you to leave it as this instead of some decimal answer. And I'm sure Coop would too. So add your 5 over. And now the log's by itself, so I can rewrite. 6 to a power of 2 equals w plus 7. Subtract over your 7. See, subtract over my 4, divide my 2. So rewrite this. Oh, this is a 9 here. So rewrite, so 9 to a 1/2 equals, I can't write anything right up there. So that's 3. So I'm going to subtract my 3 over. Factor. Factors of -3 to get a 2 are these right here. So k equals -3 and 1. Let me check to make sure that that's going to work. So -3 would be 9 minus 6. That doesn't make it negative, and that doesn't make it negative. So they're both good to go. So addition here means that we're going to multiply these two. So I'm going to do 2 steps at once. So I'm going to rewrite this 4 squared equals, and then I'm going to go ahead and FOIL this out. So to multiply first, outer, inner, last. So from here, I'm just going to get the v squared by itself. So add over my 9, divide my 4, and then I need to square root it. So it'd be the square root of 25/4, which is 5/2. I need to go back and check. So if I plug in a -2.5 right here, that'd be 2 times -2.5 minus 3. That's going to stay negative. So really, only 5/2 works in that problem. Let's see, I'm going to put this back up here. So 27 to a 1/3 is the same as 3. So I'm going to rewrite that. So that's 3 times this, because it's addition means multiplication. Rewriting, remember this is the base e. So I'm going to have e to a power of 4, and I'm going to multiply that in, 3x minus 5. Now I'm going to leave this like this because I don't like decimal answers. So I'm going to go ahead and add my 5 to it. And then divide by 3. So that is the answer for your x. So last two down here. Addition means multiplication. So you're going to have n minus 3 times n plus 1. So rewrite. So 2 to the 5th is 32. So I have 32 equals, and then I'm going to go ahead and FOIL this out. So it's -3, so that'd be, bring over my 32. Factors of -35 to get a -2. So let's check this 7 is going to work. We plug in -5 minus 3 stays negative, so that one cannot work. So last one here, subtraction would mean division. So let's rewrite this. So 2 to a power of 2 equals c squared over 3c minus 5. Make these both fractions and cross multiply them. So it gives me 12c minus 20 equals c squared. So I'm going to set this equal to 0 and factor. Factors of 20 to get negative 12. So it'll be a -10 and a -2. So c equals 10 and 2, and both of those are okay in the problems up there.